sing. Even if you think you cannot sing, if Victoria Geelan, the acclaimed jazz frontwoman, is to be believed, sat for an instant, you can sing.
Yes.
Now, let's have a bit of fun with that on this programme today. Folks, a brilliant initiative coming to the Playhouse as well, the full might of Northern Ireland Opera and stuff like the Divine Comedy, Neil Hannon. It's a cracking night plan for Saturday. Dr. Joe is going to be with us, of course, of this Thursday. And after 1 o'clock, folks, 1:10 I want to look at rail. Are we looking at high-speed rail potentially between Derry and Portadown? I know you'll say pie in the sky, but look, the A6 did happen eventually. The railways are still there. I mean, they were closing the whole thing down. And look, the Lisfannon Good Samaritan. Do you remember Lorna fell, had a triple break in her leg out on the beach a load of weeks back? Well, it was this man, the mysterious Good Samaritan. We thought he was Paddy. He had 2 dogs. Didn't want any credit. But we think through the programme we found them. And I think Lorna and her rescuer have been sort of reunited. So I'll have that for you in the second half of the show. Pick up the phone, folks. The number's coming up. The Facebook page has been seriously busy of late, which is delightful. That's BBC Radio Foyle. The team email, there's always 3 of us, is Patterson, 2 T's, patterson@bbc.co.uk. And my personal email, I'll get to them all eventually. For my eyes only, mark.patterson@bbc.co.uk.
Your news, your views. The Mark Patterson Show on BBC Radio Foyle and BBC Sounds. Get in touch. Phone 0300 123 1001. Text 81771. Start your message with the word Foyle. Standard geographic charges apply. Or look us up on social media. BBC Radio Foyle.
Right, you secret shower singers. Are you a wee chanter in the car when you're on your own? Look, it's all about expression, isn't it? And this is a new festival celebrating the feel-good factor you can get with a wee song, with a wee bit of singing. Everybody's invited. Yes, you can sing. That's the name of it. It's an exciting up-and-coming festival. Workshops, range of ages, all sorts of stuff. Delighted to have the festival coordinators with me. That's Victoria Geelan and Anna Nolan, well known to us down the years, facilitator Maeve Leahy. Ladies, good afternoon, welcome. And thank you for the first time in my 20-something year career, we actually freestyle danced the jingle to the show, Victoria. I feel a certain frisson today.
Yes.
Liberation.
Anna?
Liberate yourself. Free your voice, free yourself. Yeah.
Victoria, I saw, and we've talked about this, I think we touched on this, Anna, was it the last time when I think you were reaching out to elders in the community and just basically sitting down and going, well, what do you remember? Do you remember the Four Tops? Do you remember Charlie Pride? You know, was that bring us back to the beginning of all this firstly.
Well, it all started with Anna Nolan here beside me, my friend and fellow singer, came to me and said, I have this idea. I want to do this music outreach company and I want to call it Music Kin. And she talked more about it and I said, yes, absolutely, let's do it.
Simple as that.
And that was in August 2021.
Yeah.
We registered with Companies House and got all proper and stuff. And since then, we've been delivering workshops, working with groups on a one-off basis, on a regular basis. And when we were here with you last summer, that was because we had received our first Arts Council funding, which was the Rural Engagement Arts Programme.
And the thing has spiralled, basically. Come on, a wee bit, Victoria, about here.
Okay, yeah.
Anna, you've been at the front foot for years and years, 20 years or more in a show and gospel.
It's coming up to its 20th year now.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
You've stuck at it, though.
We have.
A lot of people come and go and the flower fades and all the rest. You just stuck at it, haven't you?
Yeah, well, the choir's changed over the years. There's been so many, it's been so intergenerational as well. We've seen so many kids come through it, and now one of the boys is like totally into musical theatre in London, and yeah.
And so much talent has come through the ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Anna,
you guys.
there's something about this, and blokes can be a bit. I mean, I've talked to Siobhan Heaney, the great choir master, as well about this. The blokes are slower at coming forward for stuff like this. Singing kind of terrifies me a wee bit, right? And I've actually got before you go there, I've had an awful throat today. I've had an awful cold on me. I would be singing like a bird today were it not for my awful cold on me. But Anna, the argument that Siobhan and people like you make is that the minute you have a go, what? Something happens physiologically, or what's going on?
Endorphins, like that, those happy hormones are just like flying out of you. Neural connections are happening, like association of music, as we talked about with the older people, to memories and emotions. And it's good for your lung capacity. It's good for your posture.
So many things.
It's
mental
good for
health.
connecting with people, you know, just singing in a group.
Even if you're flat.
Even if you're
Come on, Victoria.
Honestly,
You're a
It's
pro.
a harmony
Come
somewhere
on,
in the
Maeve.
world.
Yeah.
If you're
Oh, it's a harmony.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world. Aye. But you must glitch when you get a wee flat one. No, no.
I love singing with other people. It's a whole other experience,
It really
and
is.
that's really key. The connection that you get, and it works with any group. Like Anna and I were at a sort of social event, and we sort of said,
Well,
we can
Victoria
get,
said.
I did actually. It was this women's networking, women in business type thing, and we were. I was telling them what Music Kin was about. Our community interest company, and I said, well, basically I could get this whole room singing, and the woman said, could you? I said, yeah.
Have a
So
go
I
at
went
that.
over to Anna.
Suddenly Anna's standing up.
I'm here to do that. It's my friend Anna.
Well, I stood with her, and she led, and I did the second part, and we got the whole room singing. And what was so the best part of it all
Yeah.
is the whole atmosphere in the room changed.
Why do you think it is embarrassing for some? Because I'm thinking, Maeve, about football games, even rugby games.
Yes.
You know, with the anthems and the silly songs at football. Oh, you're a... You know, the stupid stuff you get.
yeah.
But it's very powerful.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And it's old, but we can be embarrassed about it, can't
we
we?
get so embarrassed. I think the TV shows like X Factor and The Voice haven't helped. They've made people very self-conscious, and when you see somebody who's been a singer their whole life and their family sings and they come on the show, and then it's all built up and they actively get them in the room just so they can tear them down, and
It's awful. I hate
and
that.
everybody's seen those shows. It's awful.
There's a reason why none of us have been on those shows.
Well, you'd probably win it. Let's be honest.
No, but I think they're
I've heard
very
it said if you were born in Los Angeles, Victoria, you'd be a millionaire.
Definitely.
Well, you know, your jazz caliber, you know, is
it's
is there
incredible.
for years and years. Anna, what have you seen when this stuff works, right? With weans, with pensioners, what have you seen? Take us inside the room.
Just absolute joy. Me and Maeve have just come from a group of mothers with babies this morning, and they all walked in a little bit like, oh geez, I was like, this isn't singing for the babies this time, this is singing for you mummies.
mummies.
Yes.
And just went through the whole thing about, you know, why we sing lullabies to babies. It's to calm their nervous systems and put them into a sense of like relaxation, not fight and flight, fright and
Anxiety,
flight mode. And the women are all sort of like looking, can we sing? Can we really sing? And then suddenly they just find their voices.
So, but there's truth in that, then, Maeve, is there? I mean, I remember people saying that the power of the Neighbours theme tune, because when Mommy was watching Neighbours, the baby inside Mommy responded to the Neighbours theme tune, and it relaxed because it knew that Mommy was relaxed when that music happened.
Exactly, because they pick up on the same feelings. Yes, exactly.
It's the recognition
It's
of
the
a tune.
recognition, yeah.
So what do you
Your
do?
brain likes
Victoria, what do you do? You walk in the room, and what happens? With this?
With this, I mean specifically, so like the workshop that I'm leading this Sunday is for children aged 4 to 7. So that's going to be singing games. So I'll do a little bit of, like I always try and do a little bit of focus on breathing. As funny as it might feel, it's funny how people can get uncomfortable even just, okay, we're just going to take a few moments and listen to our breath.
Do it.
And then people, you know, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And you take that in 4 times. And then I also really like to say, think of all the good stuff in your life and breathe it all in. And then anything that's giving you worry, let that all out. And then I feel like we've cleansed the palate.
That's only 2. Come on, do it. They're doing it.
I don't want to take up too much time.
No, but do it.
Then, and then we can do a little bit of humming, and we can do, I like to do one where I say, so with other groups, I was out in Dunamana doing a workshop on Tuesday night, because part of all the lead up to the Yes You Can Sing festival is we're doing 25, between the 3 of us, we're leading 25 workshops in the community, because the funding came from Derry City and Strabane District Council.
Fair play, yeah.
Community
Festival Fund.
Festival Fund.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And so all of these workshops in the run up to the festival are free. And so I was out in Dunamana, and what was I going to say? I've totally forgotten.
How
I was
you
going to
started.
say about
Yeah.
the bars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I imagine I was telling you a few bars, and we go, ooh. Yeah. You never guess what happened next. Your one said to your other one, ooh. And then, but it all ended good in the end, so that everybody goes,
Yes.
and without realising it,
There's a story in that.
That's it.
I mean, I'm thinking, look, he's the right one or she's the right one.
There you go. You're
But these are sounds that we're making with our voice, and we don't
All
even
the
necessarily
time.
Without
make them
language.
as musical even.
Without language.
But when you're going,
Accents.
ooh, look at you, gorgeous. Like we're using our voice,
All
and
the time.
one of the first things that people pick up when they move to Derry or Northern Ireland in general is the intonation.
Yes.
So, like, Maeve grew up in Cork, Anna grew up in the southeast of England, but both of them have this intonation, which I just love because it's this, and all the music, and then they have their own musicality with accents. We were talking away about that. But
What is it, Maeve? What is that? What is that for Cork?
Oh yeah, boy, it's
Yeah,
very silly. Like, do you know what I mean? Mine is sort of evened out a little bit.
And what is that for you, Anna? What's that?
All right, mate.
And it is very different.
yeah.
Cork is recognisable anywhere, you know?
It is. So is Derry, I think.
I suppose.
Definitely.
But people say, I get some
We're
people in
always
groups who say, I'm tone deaf. And I say,
Exactly.
when you pick up the phone and it's one of your loved ones, can you tell immediately who it is? And they'll say yes. And I'll say, you're not
Yes.
tone deaf.
You're not so bad.
Exactly.
So
Gotcha.
It's
There's
tone
so
deaf
much-
about hearing. Yeah, very, very few people are actually tone deaf.
Yeah.
That's when you can't hear the difference between
Anything.
two tones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just
So-
coming across people all the time with stories from when they were younger, being told, oh, you have to stand at the
That's
back of the
it.
choir because you haven't got a voice. And it just sticks with them.
Yeah.
And it's so untrue because at that point in their lives, their voices haven't properly developed. So nobody can even tell them they haven't got a voice, you know.
So, Victoria, but how do you accelerate this? I get the thing about sessions going into schools, going into elders' homes, whatever, but how do you make a festival out of this? Do you want 3,000 people at the Guildhall, Anna, or when does the class and
This
the
is our first
the
festival.
intimacy of the one-to-one that you've described? When does that become then a festival?
Well, there's a lot of practitioners out there doing what we call natural voice singing. So that is singing without any like sheet music. Everything's by ear. All those people who feel like, oh, I can't read music, so I'm not a musician. Natural voice singing is just about turning up and singing and doing this sort of like call and response thing where the facilitator sings something and the other people in the room sing it back, and there's a whole movement like around natural voice. So we've got some of the best natural voice facilitators that are around us teaching at the festival.
I always remember Roy Arbuckle was a
Yeah.
pioneer in this because Roy, and I used to think, man, fear. I used to get him out to the YMCA in Dromahoney, but he would say, this is something, I think it was the song of the salmon or whatever, and Roy would be, whoa. Stood in Dromahoney, and I was going, you got guts. You got real guts. Because, again, the voice is very exposed in those circumstances, Anna, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe that's the way the ancients did it. I don't know.
This is it.
Yeah.
Our ancestors would have sung when they were cleaning the house, when they were doing work in the fields, when they were just, and singing together and then layering harmonies.
Parties,
I mean,
weddings,
we're-
community gatherings,
Whacking
worship,
the mammoths on the
whatever
head.
it was. This is the whole thing. It was a natural thing, and we're committed that singing is a birthright, and it's like fresh air and water. You've a right to use your voice,
Okay.
to express yourself, and to explore it. And we
Nobody should make you feel like you
can't
shouldn't sing,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you can't sing.
like. So we've asked you if you're willing to participate today,
Which I
Mark.
was at the time. Which I was. But we didn't write anything down. So
We're not gonna
and I
force
wasn't
you,
witnessed.
right?
But I have this awful, Alan. I have this awful thing that just came on my throat
But
there.
is there a story there from childhood? I'm just wondering.
Sorry, what was
Tell us the story.
Yeah, what? Sir, what are we doing? What are we doing, Victoria?
So I would ask some at my groups, on a scale of 0 to 10, how are you feeling about your voice today?
Doing this, speaking, no bother.
singing.
Singing, terrified.
Right. So in regards to confidence, if 0 is no confidence and 10 is absolute confidence,
It's about a 1.
it's about a 1. Okay.
But I mean, you don't want to hear me singing. You really don't. I want to hear you singing.
Well, we have a song that
Go.
we can do. You want us to do it now?
Do you need a bass line? Do you need a bass line? You need a boy going bum 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 bum. I can do that.
See, I have every
there we
confidence.
go.
in
Very
Mark.
musical.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Very.
I'm in
Now-
your we're in your capable
Rhythm and
hands, young Geelan. What are we doing?
Would you like to do a bit of call and response with us, Mark?
As long as somebody's with me and I'm not on my own.
Yeah.
It's Maeve with me.
Right,
Right, it's Anna.
Anna's
Will
gonna
you
lead
sing
it.
with you?
It's Team Us
Yeah.
versus Anna. See,
are
I've
you
made that
singing with
competitive.
Anna?
I've made that competitive.
No,
I've
it's
just
not.
done the bloke thing.
Yeah. No verses. We're with.
Right.
We're with you.
Anna.
So you're not on your own.
Okay.
You're on. So you're singing with them.
Okay.
Okay. Forget your perfect offering.
Forget your
perfect offering.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
Just sing the song that you can sing.
There is a crack in everything.
There is a crack in everything.
That's how.
That's how.
That's how.
That's how.
That's how.
That's how.
The light gets in. That's how.
That's how.
That's how.
That's how.
That's how.
That's how
The light gets in.
You did it.
Check also.
What does that say?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And how do you feel now?
But I'm slightly in awe of that you can just switch into that like you're eating a sandwich, you know.
Well, you just did.
But that's there is a real. I'm not buttering you up, Maeve. But
No, I like what you're saying,
But
yeah.
there is that thing about there are people who are. It's not everybody can do this, just stand in front and get that going, and then for people to love it because
It's just
you've crossed
something
little
you get used
barriers.
to.
You've asked us to dance at the disco almost,
It's like, I suppose it's like getting naked or something.
Well, there is a vulnerability in it.
you
There
get-
Of course there
absolutely
is.
Yeah.
Of course
I mean,
there
when
is.
I stand on stage and I sing,
Yes.
I feel, at the same time, I feel very vulnerable.
You
and
do
very
not.
part-
You
No,
do
I
not.
I absolutely
I've
do.
seen you sing a
No,
thousand
no, no, no.
times.
But the point is,
You
no,
get used.
that's part of the
Yes.
power as
You have
well.
to embrace
There's power
it.
in vulnerability, and all of this is just about reconnecting everybody with their voice.
get it.
Like
Yes.
whatever your story that you tell yourself about your voice, we want to tell you something different, and we want you to come to the workshops over the weekend. So we haven't said where they're happening. They're
Yeah, I know.
Echo
There's
Echo.
loads of them.
There's 6 actually.
Oh, so I thought you were 20 something.
Well, that was the workshop.
Oh, that
was
was
the
in the
workshops
run up,
we
the
did,
community outreach
the
bit,
outreach,
where we went out to other places like Claudy and Dunnamana and all around the city.
Yeah.
But this Saturday and Sunday, there are 3 workshops happening each day. So,
So this
Saturday
is-
morning is these 2 ladies,
doing the Singing
Maeve
Mamas.
and Anna, are leading Singing Mamas
Singing Mamas.
So that's
And where's that?
That's
It's
they're
all
all
at
at
Echo.
Echo.
Echo Echo.
studios.
And Singing Mamas is for singing for maternal health. So there is research out there that shows that singing is better than any drug for like postnatal depression and just for positive vibes and connecting with other mums.
Even better than a wee paracetamol.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
a wee paracetamol is your only man. You know what I mean? You're singing a wee tune.
You were saying earlier on,
could
are you
get this-
singing in the shower? Are you somebody who sings in the car? Why do you do that? You sing in the car and in the shower because it makes you feel better.
I think so.
We all sound great in the shower. It's class. Had the acoustics.
Because you think you're in tune.
No, yeah.
When everybody does everything on their own, there's like,
But why do we do it? As Anna just
matter.
said, it is because it makes us feel good.
do you think you're Elvis? Because you're thinking, I'm brilliant.
You are a secret Elvis, aren't you?
Oh, Lord. Valerie, right, hold on. This weekend, folks, you got Valerie Whitworth's Free Your Voice, Free Yourself, Una McCann's Songs with Soul, Lorna McLaughlin, if you don't mind, the Henry Girl in Chief. She's doing Guth na Durtha, exploring your natural voice through Irish song. Victoria then is doing Little Voices for the 4 to 7 year olds. Anna and Maeve there. Singing Mamas as well, leading a session for maternal well-being with Babies Welcome. Chaos. But controllable chaos. Just stick on the Neighbours theme tune and they'll go,
The babies love it. They
They love
just
it.
soak it up.
They are
And then-
captivated, aren't they?
And then-
The whole festival culminates in Morris Kelly's session, which is at 3:30
on Sunday. Yep.
and that's
Echo, echo.
called Yes We Can All Sing.
it's
can all
a big
sing.
sing. The big
big
sing.
sing.
We can all
Big
sing,
sing.
yeah, big sing. So
very
that's
good.
Oh, yes, we can.
Right, is there a website? Because there's a lot of information there, Victoria. Anna, is there a website?
we got tickets.
.com
We got tickets.com.
/musickin.
Music Kin.
KIN.
And also,
I like
if
that.
you go to Echo Echo's website,
They'll
all
have
the
it all there.
information's there.
All right, then 10 o'clock till 5 both days. All sorts of stuff happening, folks. I get it. I do get it. I mean, the power of song in this town. There's been times, Victoria, that song. We're about to talk about Neil
Hannon.
Neil Hannon.
Yeah, what's happening with him?
Well, he's doing a thing. No, his Opera Northern Ireland. This is my next script. I don't. Who needs a script? No, Opera Northern Ireland are basically taking songs like his stuff. And opera, making it opera kind of stuff, but in real sort of soft opera on Saturday night in the place. But I'm thinking, the power of, when people, there was a performance of Sunrise. Remember the Sunrise about Northern Ireland Troubles?
yes. Yeah,
I'm thinking of Juliet in your hometown, Juliet Turner. The most tragic of our absolute circumstances. It was song.
When we can't find the words.
It was music that
song.
reached us.
Yeah.
And Oma and all the
But
rest.
also as well, there have been I know during the 2013 year of culture, there was let's get together and everybody sing Danny Boy in Guildhall Square. Do you remember that?
And the big massive Derry Girls thing. These
Yeah,
things are powerful.
There's loads of and that's
Feel
the whole thing.
cool, so
When
did.
we come together, we connect. When we sing together, we connect in a way that we don't connect otherwise.
It's like a collective cultural statement.
It's in us. It's
It's
innate.
something actually that we need to do, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right, but I need to talk about Neil Hannon in a wee minute. Do you want to do another wee one, Anna? Go on, do another wee one.
Shall we sing a wee song for you, Mark?
Sing a wee. Aye.
Yeah?
Go.
Can I just say that all workshops are 90 minutes and they're £5 each?
Well, that's
Okay. So
So this is a song called Osana by Bruce Nakube, who is a Zimbabwean natural voice facilitator, a brilliant man, spreading the joy of song. At the moment, he's living in England. But yeah, this is one we've learned from him.
Hosanna, Hosanna, yeah, 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 Hosanna, Hosanna, yeah, yeah. Hosanna, Hosanna, yeah, 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 Hosanna, Hosanna, yeah, yeah. Hosanna, 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 Hosanna.
That's very good.
Thank you.
It's very good.
Were you tempted?
But you don't have to be that good to go. No. You don't have to be that good to go, right? That's them doing their thing.
But if it got you itching to join in, come and join us at
It is.
Yes You Can Sing Festival.
I've looked forward to that, and thank you so much for coming in. And it inspires people. You know, you just know there are people listening, going, that's good. There, you're not going to hear that in Radio 1 today. You know what I mean? Ladies, thank you very much indeed. So, folks, look, it's part of the Music Kin. Look them up, easily found. Music Kin, that's a sort of umbrella organisation, but it's Yes You Can Sing, courtesy of festival co-founders Anna Nolan and Victoria Geelan, and Maeve Leahy there, up the Cork heads as one of the facilitators. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, ladies. Folks, I want to stay with music. This is another absolute